get yours and then you can get off.
Come on. You can get off the road.
Right, the ship one. Come on, man. Jimmy Holmes. Number 5.
Go on, right.
Oh, and he's on 7. Sean.
I want the scales.
Scales. One scale's gone, gents.
I want scales. 23.
Barry. They're all low to you.
2.
17.
I'll tell you.
Ryan Forrest.
That's it. That's on that arm. That's big. Yeah.
Sauce.
19.
Superstar. 12.
Beaches as a Bacaloco.
14.
What we on local?
Ian.
Beaches.
55 now.
37.
Their eye numbers going round to 25, which is the bottom corner. Just have a walk round.
Yeah, what you got? 37.
There's another scales in, gents. Oh, that's a nice one.
That's in your
28.
The scale's still in, Steve.
Don't get these out. All I need. Right.
It'll be me.
I'll still happy that lot.
Ah, that's not some of that.
That's number 9. That's the balls.
Scales are still in, Jack. Yeah.
Both of them.
No, only one.
41.
Me or you?
I got scales.
Me or you?
Is that's near where you park, isn't it? That?
Do you want me to unbag a new car?
No. Because you're lucky. Scales, scales, scales,
Right, I've got 3.
scales.
Oh! But he's got scales. They got scales, man.
Big 33 for me and Bonzo's got scale.
Again.
Right, good morning, fish people. I'm Alan Nosh from Fish on TV, and it is Tuesday, the 14th of December. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Yes, we're getting towards the Christmas. It's you'll be joining me at the wonderful, the one and only Lindholme Lakes, and we are on Beecher's Pond. I've picked this pond because I don't know, there's a lot of hiding. It's not been match fish for a while. There's 18 of us on it today. Aaron's pegged it out. Most of us haven't fished it. I've only fished it once in the feeder, in the golden rod feeder only, and I caught quite a lot of hide. But in this area here, not sure. But I will tell you, I won at Syke House, as you all know. I couldn't film the match the week after. The way that I had to peg it, I pegged it so everybody had got wind behind or on the side, apart from one peg. No guessing who drew. The wind in the face at 3 degrees, raining and windy and bloody cold. Me. But the dead simple I didn't get the pole out. The dead simple tactics that I decided to use: search about with a bomb, little method if I needed. Just stuck with that. Maggots and micros, or a little pellet and micros. That was it. Bomb and bread on the bomb, or bomb and corn. I ended up with £25.5 at Lodge Farm on the Thistle Pond, and to my surprise it was enough to win the match, so that's 2 in a row. So I'm on for a treble today. Nobody's done treble this year, but I do know just from speaking to other anglers when I've come to Lindholme, I'm not in the right area here. You need to be in that bowl, so it's very unlikely that I'm going to be winning anything from this peg. Right, I know there's a lot of hiding. I know there's a fair few F1s. The way Alan's pegged it, I've got Soz smack opposite me there, Bonzo there, there's a guy to my right. Charles on the left, however, on peg 35, has got the whole of the bowl to himself on this side. There are other people on the other side, so he's in a great area there. Whether he knows how to fish it or not, don't know. So what's my tactics? There's hell. I mean, they were playing hell up that I was dragging branches out, but it's just full of branches close in, absolutely thick with them. I even caught my plummet on it. I thought, there's no way. It's a lovely looking margin, but I'm not even going to try and fish down there. I'm fishing about 2 yards off the margin in about 3.5 to 4 foot of water. That's going to be my margin for later. I've decided to go top 2 and 3 just in front of me here. With it being a little bit clearer, I've gone that little bit further out. I'm hoping to catch eyed and F1s and maggot. I've just put a bit of ground bait down there and about half a pot of maggots while I just have a quick look round with the bomb. Not seeing any. Oh no, I think Sean Williamson. I think he's had one. I've got a bit of bread on at the minute. I've just chucked it towards the bowl. I can't really chuck any further. There's a tree in my way, so I can't cast over towards the tree over there. There's just no room. There's a tree in my way, so I'm very limited. I can side cast or underarm cast. That's your lot for me. I can't cast round corner. I can't cast over there. Very, very limited with what I can do on this peg. So I'm hoping to catch on the deck on maggots. Keep feeding maggots over the top and see if they do come shallow. I'm 20 minutes late. What our guys tend to do is they turn up just in the nick of time, then go to the shop, spend 20 minutes in shop and turn up late foot draw. So I'm late. I've got one of the furthest pegs away again and had about 35-40 minutes to get ready. I can't do it. It's impossible for me. I need 1 hour and then I'm okay with that, but I just can't do it in 40 minutes. So I'm 20 minutes late. This is my first cast, and we're 4 minutes into the cast. I just cast it in before I spoke to you, so that's the tactics. It's as simple as anything. Let's just hope something works. My bait is maggots, corn, soft pellets, micros and ground bait, and bread for searching about. And it's not looking very good, but like I say, we've never fished it. I know the ball's the area. Don't fancy it here. I don't think there's much chance of winning it from here, so but it's the last one. It's a pleasant day. We're not freezing our socks off. You just never know what's going to happen here. So there we go. Right then, folks. It's about my 5th cast. I'm finding a few pieces of corn at about 16 metres. And 6 minutes in, it's gone round. I don't think it's a big fish. I'm thinking it's probably an F1. There we go, first fish of the day. It's not a bad F1 either. Not bad at all. So I've searched left to right where I've fed nothing, and then I've just gone straight over where I've been firing 3 or 4 pieces of corn every sort of 5 minutes or so, and it's gone round. So first fish of the day. There has been 1 or 2 fish being caught. I'll get another piece of corn, a bit mashed. It seems fairly quiet at the minute. Sean further down there, he's lost a couple. Bonzo's lost one. I think the maggot man's had a few little F1s. I keep feeding the maggot line. Oh, I'll just get that out of there. Keep feeding the maggot line every 3 or 4 minutes. Because like I said, there is lots of those eyed in here. I've got to have a search now for some decent fish, because that fish is worth quite a few F1s. I think Soz has just had a small one as well, so we'll get back out there. give that another go. Get a few pieces of corn over it as well, hopefully. That'll do. I'll give that another go. Because I'm restricted with casting, I can't cast that way because of the trees. I can only underarm it or side chuck it, so I'm limited to where I can cast to my left. I might be able to get a method feed a little bit further out underarmed. It is a little bit tricky. I've not tried this area yet, so I can search around here and just hope pick one or two fish up. So that looks sort of £2 to £3. Oh, I've got a liner there. That's the first liner I've had. So that's an half decent sign that one or two fish might have turned up. We'll get the timer on as well. And I'll just keep feeding maggots there. I've not fed anything in this margin. I'll do that towards the end. Just worried about this sun coming round. The wind's blowing in my face again. That's nothing unusual for me. We'll just have to see how the day progresses. Like I say, I've never fished this before on the pole. I've only fished it in the golden rod feed. I think it was peg 7, I think, and had 100 odd of those little eyed, and they were about 2 ounce maybe at the time. Maybe not even that. They were only small. I don't know how big they are just yet. Folks, I've just been an hour and a half before I even tried my maggot line. Oh, nobody likes to see that. Nobody. I'll just go straight back out. I've got a 4x10s float on, 4 to 6 elastic. First putting. Let's just see if we can repeat that. It was only in about 30 seconds. I've been firing sort of 15 to 20 maggots out there. I've got it slow falling. Oh, and that took it. They're the signs I'm looking for. I've got a feeling that might be eyed that's taking that. That took it on the drop. Because I have got a shallow rig set up. Very light float, light gear. Really set up for the little eyed, but if you get F1's bonus, and that was definitely an F1 that I had on. And there's fish. There's definitely eyed out there because they're the, well, like I said, there could be small F1s, but that was definitely taken on just as it was settling. Slow falling. Let's just see if we can repeat that. They say it went all the way to the bottom the first time around without a touch, but there we go. It looks like another eyed. Another F1, I think. Could be wrong. Well, that's not a bad sign, is it? Ooh. That's going some now. It's going some. Crikey. A bigger fish than I thought. Yeah, that's going some, is that? I wasn't expecting that, folks. So I've not even tried to touch this line for a good hour or so. Just leave it to settle, keep feeding plenty of maggots. It just makes you wish you got heavier gear on when you It's only 010 bottom. I was targeting hide and I've gone straight into these. Well, that might be an idea for this margin line down here to sort of prep it very similar. And soz has started catching 1 or 2 now. May have to beef the gear up a little bit. So I'm right next to some reeds as well, which is not a good thing. Especially with this soft elastic. Yeah, that's wanting to go. Oh, that's ridiculous, isn't it? That's not quite a far, I can't quite get far enough out with those. That's better. That's just unbelievable, isn't it? What they're expecting these fish. And it's going into these reeds. I can't give it too much dip to keep it away because the gear's too light.
Have you had? Goldfish.
Come on, fishy, come to the top. It's a carp. There we go, folks. On very light gear. Very light gear indeed. We've got a 5 or 6 pound carp. So there you go, Jeff 4s, 4 to 6 elastic, 010 bottom and an 18 LWG hook. You can't write it, can you? Bloody trees everywhere. Well, that'll do, folks, that'll do. Yippee. Right, let's get back in. Right, I think this is a little hide. Let's have a look. Yeah. They're the ones that I've been after. Well, they have got a little bit bigger. So, there you go, look. That's the first one I've had. I've had a couple of indications. I wouldn't say it's solid out there with them. Soz has changed his tactics. I could see his float a mile off at one point, but I can still see it, but it looks like he's changed a few things. Oh, he's copies me, doesn't he? So we've got, I don't think it's fishing prolific, but it's this time of year, isn't it? You might get a flurry of fish. I've got about 8 pound or so. And we're just doing steady away, so we'll get out there. I won't be showing you every little hide that I catch. I'm just going to put just tap a few in. I've been still catapulting some round, but I tend to, and I keep changing maggot from red to white. I'll just see if it works this time. And I'm not leaving it in for ages, sitting it out for a bite, because I've got a slow fall and I have been priming it to sort of hopefully try and get them eyes shallow. I'm only thinking it's a summer thing, but it can work quite well in winter. So I'll just tap some pellets and maggots in, and I'm not putting them all in one little spot because I don't want liners galore. And then we'll just chuck it out slightly to the right and in front of the float, and we'll just see if we get another reaction. But they might have grown a little bit. They're definitely more than 1.5 to 2 ounce that they were before. when you were first watching it, I had indications straight away. Since I've had that carp, I did say it's charging through my peg. Not a lot I could do about it, and I thought that this might happen. I might have to sort of rebuild it, rest it a while. I might go on the method feeder and keep catapulting maggots in to sort of reset the swim, because that carp's just charged everywhere. And I did suspect this might happen, especially at this time of year, because it is quite clear, the water, and that was just going berserk. Well, I won't say it was going berserk, but I just couldn't control it. Yeah, so what I might actually do, I might just have a little, because I've not tried the method yet, I might have a look to my left there, and where I fed some corn on the method, and just sort of, there we go, that went. Oh, there we go. That was a slow bite, that. I thought it was almost like it was dragging on bottom. This got a feeling this could be an F1. Yes, very nice indeed. They're the ones we're after. They're the ones we're after, folks. And they're a decent F1. Oh, it's unupped itself, thank you very much. That'll do nicely. And they are absolutely freezing. We'll just let him have a quick look. If he'll stay still, because he came in fairly quick. There you can see those. They're a couple of pound out there, so they're not too bad. I didn't want to hold him up too much because he was still wriggling quite a bit. He came in quickly. Knowing my luck, he'd be straight back in. Straight back in the lake. We don't want that. No, 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 no. Right. I'm just going to fire a few maggots out there. Perfect. We'll get back in and we'll give you updates as we go along, folks. So we're steady away. We're about £10. Not prolific, but it's okay from what I've seen around me. So there we go. Right, folks, it's been funny since I had that big carp, and I've lost another decent fish as well, and it spooked the swim. So I just thought I'd go on the method and just flick it to my left, and it's been in like 3 or 4 minutes. We've just got a nice little F1. Well, it's a big F1 actually. About £3. I just thought I'd make a quick change, rest that, keep feeding a few maggots in, and we'll see if we can get anything on the method. Now, peg 35 that I mentioned earlier, which is like the peg. I think that's the peg to be on. There we go, a little F1. Well, 2.5 to 3 pounder. Nice. SIM card were full. I've just changed that. Right, so we've got that F1 in. Like I was saying, peg 35 where Chaz is there. Renowned, decent peg that, right in the bowl. He's got it all to himself. He should have a few fish there, and he is. And he's catching some decent fish as well, some nice fish. And these eyed, even though I've had a couple, and there's 1 or 2 had 1 or 2, they're not showing like we thought they would do. And I got set up for it, and I'm going to keep priming it, because you never know, they might just switch on. So I'm just going to keep trying a few maggots in there, see if we can get them feeding back down that line and rest it. I've put some bait into my right, and I'm just going to have a quick look around with this method. I had one just down here to my left, just an underarm flick. Like I say, I can't cast it out, so it's just a little underarm flick. And then I'm going to go to about 16 to 18 metres as well and have a look out there. I've not tried this area yet to my right. Soz is catching quite well. He's probably had about, maybe 8 to 10 fish. So he's doing all right there. Maggot man started catching. There we go. Oh, that's not bad. Decent take. I think this will be another F1. Yeah, they're not bad F1s, them at all. Yeah, another one about £2, so we shall take those. Oh. Stay still then, stay still, let me get it out. Right, another F1. And now that sun's been awful, and now there's a bit of cloud turned up, so I can see a little bit better. And maybe I could probably fish over there with the pole, but that's only been in 2 minutes 45 and it's gone round, so a little yellow wafter. It's wrapped everything round. There we go, got it. So a ringer's chocolate yellow. Shove that in with this spike. And I've got ground bait and micros. We don't want that piece of corn in, do we? I'm just squashing them in. And when I'm using a wafter and a spike, I put the hook on one side, so as you can see the hook's laid flat, the wafter will stick up. So that's what they do. And then just put some bait on top, so you've got your little trap and it's all ready. I'll get that again, just down there. It's not far out at all. It's probably about 2 meters away from the reeds. There we go. And we're away again. Like I say, I can't see me winning the match from here. Soz is catching really well over there. He's just had another one. So I'm only up to about, oh, I forgot to put that one on, so I'm up to £14. And Chaz has been getting some decent fish apparently, some nice fish. Sean's catching one or two. Soz is probably doing the best round here, I think. I don't think he's had one as big as that carp I've got, but he's catching quite a few. I'm hoping that we'll get a visit from some nice fish to my right. And I'm hoping I'll get a few on the method. So that's how I'm going to play it today. I could have probably had a long pole line. Right folks, this is my 5th F1 on the method, and the 3rd one at sort of 16 metres that I've had. I was almost ready for going to try the right hand. It's not a margin. That's not too bad. Another one about £2. Maybe a little bit more actually. It's a chunky one. Chunkier than I thought. Maybe three. It's a £3 in. Yeah, a chunky one. So that takes me up to about £20, but I certainly don't think it's going to be enough to win it, because somebody's had 6 carp apparently, fishing on bomb only. And I'm ready for just changing that hook length. It's not looking great. Now folks, I swapped and changed a few lines. Soz are still catching. And I've just gone back onto the magnet line, now I can see. And just been getting 1 or 2 of those. I don't know what they've got to be 3 or 4 ounce, I'd say, probably now then. So they're worth catching now, definitely. I've had 2 in 2 puttings. I've not been able to see with that sun. I've tried the left hand margin, which I'm just going to refeed now a bit later on. I keep calling it a margin, but it's not really a margin. A bit of ground bait in there, we'll put some maggots in and corn. A couple of soft pellets. So I'm going to refeed that and we'll carry on catching hopefully. Fish people, we are all weighed in, but it is the day after. By the time we'd weighed in and got everything back and done dusted, it's getting dark quite early now, so I'm doing it in between my break at work. So yesterday, as you saw, I drew peg 33. It has changed there, so if ever you do fish there on the board, it says up to peg 37, I think. But it actually carries on around to 42. 37's a bit further down. So Aaron, you need to change that on your board and on the internet. It confused the hell out of us yesterday. So we were on beaches. I was on peg 33. It's past the bowl, which is the area I wanted to be on. Past the bowl, round the corner, and then it goes onto a straight bit. And I was there on the straight bit. And I'll be honest with you, even though I've only fished it the once, I've heard how that lake fishes and where you need to be. I've spoken to quite a few people, what's in there, what your target species is, and I've never heard anybody mention peg 33. I just knew. I knew it was going to be a tough day. I was on for a treble, and I didn't think I could win the match from there. In my head, I thought the best I could probably do was win my section. So my plan, as you saw it, I thought I'd try for the hide. There's lots of hide in there, and I kept feeding it with maggots. You can feed quite a lot at this time of year, and I was hoping to get them shallow. One or two indications showed that there might be one or two shallow, but there weren't any volumes of them there. And when I've seen some sort of pegs 1, 2, 3 in that area and 41, 42 in that area, there was a hell of a lot more hide in there than where I was. I'd probably get 3, maybe 4, then nothing, not a bite. Whereas before, when I've been there, it's been one, just on the feeder, it was going around all this. I think 100, I can't remember, 180 of them, when they were about 2 ounce a piece. I can't remember. 140, I can't remember how many it was. It was over 100 anyway, 100 and something. And I probably only had about 15 of them. And I scaled all my gear right down to target them, and I had a shallow rig ready for if they came shallow. And it never happened. I hooked into a nice 5 or 6 pounder on a 460 elastic and an 18 hook. 010 bottom. That took some getting in, didn't it, folks? But, you know, I've still had an enjoyable day. I've had bites all day, and I've ended up with 27 pound. And out of the 18 that were there, I've come 5th. Which isn't a bad result, really, considering where I was. And I got pipped for the section by Mick Baker. And all I've done all day, I suppose I could have put a long pole line, but I decided to go bomb and feeder for that long line, Just because of how clear the water was, I didn't want my pole swishing everywhere and going over my short line. That was the only reason I did that. And I've basically tried everywhere, and I've picked fish up now and again from different spots. So, and the margin line, I lost a nice fish at the end. I think I had an hide and a skimmer, and then I lost a nice one in the margin, but it never really took off that in the margin at all. That would have won me my section, but I'm sure other people have lost fish. But it didn't. Nothing really produced out of there. So that was my day's fishing. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Hard work, not hard work as in graft, but you know, sort of trying to pick fish up from different areas, different times of the day. I was quite pleased with that, and Alex confirmed. I spoke to Alex Doherty, who basically lives there, doesn't he? And he just said there's not really any volumes of resident fish there. So when I said £27, he went, "You've had bites on, and that's as much as you could probably expect from this." So, you know, I'm not going to argue with him about that. That suits me. £27, I've got to be happy. Anyway, let's get on to the results. We had the lovely honourable bloke across from me. I noticed it was slightly deeper where he was, and he's been patient and fished a good match. Not often I'm going to say that, but he has. I'm watching him. He's fished a tidy match, I saws. He even dotted his float down. Something else he copies me with. He'll hate me say he does though. Ask me where I'm fishing and dots everything down. Changed his upland as well, went lighter. So he's done things right, as the old lad. Right, on to the results. We'll get on to the sections. We had 3 sections of 6. First section was Bonzo. Peg 20 something or other. Where was he? Bonzo. Peg 21, and he's coming with £23. So well done, Bonzo. What a mighty fisherman. Your second section from Peg 7 was my old mate Jeff with £27.5, and the third section was Mick Baker from Peg 28. I think he's done really well from there, and he's had £27.5 as well. So not a lot in it, you see. He was in my section, was Mick, so well done, Mick. What a pair of mighty fishermen you two are. On to the top 3 from Peg 17. Just, he could have cast into the bowl if he wanted. He was just off the bowl, right on the edge of the bowl. Was Simon Hudson on Peg 6 there, and he's coming with £32. I do know that he's caught on bomb. I think it was either bomb and bread, bomb and corn. I know he's caught quite a few there. He's had a few eyed as well. And so what a mighty fisherman you are, Simon. Well done, son. That was with £32. In second place, the lovely honourable bloke with £43.5 from Peg 14. I know he's been fishing top 2 and 2 or top 2 and 3. Fished a tidy match, so no arguments there, Soz. You did well, son. Well played, well fished. I'm not giving you any more bull up. That's enough, because I hate it as it is, as you all know. So well done, Soz. What a mighty fisherman you are. And in first place, right in the bowl, I've heard he were catching on method. I'm sure he's probably tried bomb as well. And he's coming with £45 from Peg 19 is John Danby. So, John Danby, you are this week's, and it's the last match of the year, this week's Old Boys Mightiest Fisherman. Well done, John Danby. So I hope you've enjoyed the last video of the year for the Old Boys. We're starting in the new year. So until Sunday, I'm fishing in the winter pairs with Dave. Don't forget, folks, it's absolutely free to subscribe. If you click the notification bell, you will get all our videos as we upload them. And a thumbs up. Come on, monkey. Thumbs up. Will be very, very nice. So, until Sunday, folks, take care. Don't forget, fish on, guys, and see you pretty soon.